Hey guys, Junger here. I want to spend today talking about one of the most common questions that we get from our clients on an ongoing basis, and that is why is social media not showing the right image when I post my content there? Okay, I'm not going to dig too deep into the history of how this entire process came to be, but essentially there's a thing called the open graph, and the open graph is a set of code that most of the social networks have agreed to that says when you as a website owner or a website publisher add in certain open graph code to your website, the social media networks, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, etc., understand to pull that content and use it when it's displayed. Okay? And most of the time that's the title of your post or your content, an associated image, and maybe some descriptive text that goes along with it. There's also some meta information like who wrote the actual content, when it was posted, things like that. But essentially, we're talking about the title, we're talking about the photo, and maybe we're talking about a description. Okay, so with every piece of content that you create, you need to make sure that the open graph information that you include is what you want to actually appear on the different social networks. So you need to make sure you set your title, you need to make sure you set the image, and you need to make sure you set the description. And in WordPress, you can do this through a variety of plugins. We're big fans of the Yoast SEO plugin, which is probably the biggest SEO plugin out there. And there are specific fields that you can add that information just for Facebook, just for Twitter, and then as kind of a default for everything else behind that. So make sure you do that with every piece of content. But here's the important thing. After you publish your content, you need to go and actually test to make sure that Facebook, that Twitter, that LinkedIn, that they're pulling the right information, okay? And so there are a couple ways that you can do this. One, you could obviously just go create a post and kind of be the first person to post that content and make sure that it gets picked up. But there are actually tools that each of the services have that let you preview the content and essentially scrape the information so that it's refreshed in each social network system so that the right title, the right image, the right description is showing. And we've got short links. You can check them out on our website or we'll post them in the comments below. But LinkedIn has what's called the Post Inspector. Facebook has called the Debugger. And Twitter has what's called the Card Validator. And really what you do is you just put in the URL of your content and then each network will show you the information that they scrape from that page, and you can ensure that the right content is being shown when your new content is being posted on the social networks. And if for some reason it's not, you can refresh the scrape, or obviously you can go back and you can look at your code and say, hey, did I mess something up? Do I need to clear my cache? Is there an issue with the actual content that I'm showing? So that should always be part of your posting process. Whenever you create a piece of content, make sure that you prep it for social media by going to the 3 different tools to make sure that your content is being scraped and that the information is appearing as you want it to be before it actually gets shared on social networks. Talk to you guys later.